Forbes has released their rich list, basically the celebrities that have earned the most over the past year. And there are some surprising additions to the list this year. We're gonna tell you the top 10 and some other surprising people that came in the top 100. Number 1 is Sean Diddy Combs. I think we always forget, because he's not the musical icon that he was in the 90s and the 2000s, that he is raking it in with $130 million. And he's best known for his business interests now. And yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Number 2 is Beyonce Knowles with $105 million. That's an amazing, that's a discrepancy. I would assume that Beyonce and Jay-Z would be number 1, but she's coming in with 105. Number 3, J.K. Rowling with 95 million, Drake with 94 million, Cristiano Ronaldo 93 million, The Weeknd at 92 million. Good for him.
And Selena on some fancy dates.
Yeah. And then number 7 is Howard Stern with 90 million, and that has a big part to do with his Sirius XM radio deal. Number 8 is Coldplay. I didn't know they were now just a person, just a big unit. And they have
unit of money.
They brought in 88 million. Number 9, my boy James Patterson, 87 million. He's the author. With over 130 titles to his name. And number 10 is LeBron James with 86 million. He just doesn't have that good James Patterson money. If only LeBron wrote some more books. So what a Forbes associate editor is saying, sharing her thoughts on this year's list. She says, quote, "It surprises me year on year how few women end up on the list, especially musicians. 10 out of the 100 are female musicians, but there are 27 male musicians on the list. I think it speaks to the underrepresentation of women in all industries." And then now a big component to this year's list are people who made their money on streaming platforms or through streaming like Spotify, Netflix, etc. The associate editor says, quote, "This year really shows streaming has become more important than ever. Dave Chappelle, number 43, Adam Sandler, number 35, and Chris Rock, number 30, all have benefited from Netflix deals." So I think this is an interesting list because it's showing how we are really developing in the age of streaming services. For example, The Weeknd has benefited so much from being, I think he's one of the most streamed artists ever on. He might be the most streamed. So it's a new year and it's a new dawn for making money. Do lists like this, Michelle, make you
feel bad?
Well, I don't know. I mean, to me, these amounts of money are so astronomically out of the money that I could ever understand.
I can't imagine that much.
Yeah, I can't imagine like that much money and all the problems and tax brackets, things that you'd have to deal with.
To me, they all go home and like dive into a Scrooge McDuck like pool of gold coins.
No, see, so I'm not resentful of this at all. I mean, it's more like, wow, look at all the hustles that they have, because I don't really think there's anyone on this list that I feel is undeserving.
No,
there's no one on this list where I don't think that they are talented, that they have worked hard, that they have hustled in their respective fields. Even if you're not a Coldplay fan, you cannot deny that they have an amazing volume of music and how they tour and how they promote and the number of the songs that they get on.
I will say
that's impressive.
I think J.K. Rowling is such an interesting person on that list, only because to me she was like, I'm done, like I've cleaned my hands of like my series, and then she was like, well, I guess I could go back in, and like every time she goes back in, she makes another like $1 billion, and I'm like, I wish that I could do that. Like I wish I could just announce like, all right guys, like I'm ready to like make money again, and then it happened. And then I'm Forbes top 10.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say a comparison to that is yesterday we talked about Amanda Bynes announced that she's returning to acting. And she's like, maybe I'll star in my own TV show. Maybe I'll be a guest star on a TV show. And I'm sure she wishes that she had that sort of J.K. Rowling effect where she could announce that and they'd be like, it's the Amanda Bynes show again.
I mean, people are excited about the return of Amanda Bynes.
Well, I think very few people have the sort of clout where they can just say they are such a name, they're such a staple in their respective industry that they can say, I want to come back, I want to do this, and we all stop and pay attention. Honestly, if Diddy wanted to come back and make music in the way that Dr. Dre released an album following Straight Outta Compton, he could do that. They can't wash up. They're already icons. I would say all the people on this list. Yeah, there's not a single person
especially
who I would
James
say.
Patterson.
Well, he is. James Patterson
have contributed a lot to his success. In that I always buy those books for my dad.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Your
My
dad
dad
likes James
loves
Patterson?
James Patterson.
So this is what we're seeing. I think that we are of a generation where we will understand the success of Diddy, Beyonce, JK, Drake, LeBron, Cristiano, The Weeknd, but then Howard Stern, Coldplay, and James Patterson is likely a little bit of an older generation.
Sure.
But
I mean,
we forget that that's the generation that has money.
Sure. Yeah. Like when you think of like me versus my parents, like who has money? It's not me.
It's not me either. But my dad will buy the shit out of a book.
Yeah.
Like if he likes an author, he will buy all 130 of those titles.
Wow.
So
and not
totally
that many
makes
authors have that much volume.
It's true. It's very true. Was there anyone that you were sort of surprised what didn't make the list this year?
I mean, I guess Jay-Z not even coming close to Beyonce. It's probably an awkward dinner time.
I don't think it's that awkward.
You're right. It's probably not. They have enough money that it definitely doesn't matter. I want to know where the Kardashians ranked in relation to each other, because I know Kylie got like 59th. But I don't know where Kim and Kourtney and Khloe ranked.
Yeah, and I believe that Kylie is the youngest person on the list this year.
Yeah.
How old is she now?
She's
20?
like 19.
No, she's 20.
She's like 12.
She's like 12. She's like 12. Guys, in the comment section below, let us know
Kylie Jenner is.
We have our phones, we could look it up, but we want to engage with you. That's what this show is all about. What did you think about the Forbes rich list? What do you think about streaming services and how that is impacting how celebrities are making their money? Was there anyone that you were surprised was on the list that wasn't on the list? Again, please, how old is Kylie Jenner? Can't stress enough how we need to know. She's
I was right.
Sophie!
I was right. Please,
give it up
in
for
the
Sophie.
comment section, just say Michelle was right.
All right, in the comment section below, tell Michelle how right she is. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and we will see you next time on Pop Trigger.